Welcome to Public Safety Talk Radio, the podcast for all of our heroes in public safety, including law enforcement professionals, firefighters, EMTs, corrections officers, healthcare workers, and more. This show is produced by the POCUA and is founded upon its Soundness initiative.
This episode is sponsored by Police Mortgage. Police Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company dedicated to serving police officers and first responders. Founded in 2008, Police Mortgage offers a variety of mortgage products tailored to meet the needs of those who serve and protect. Police Mortgage, for first responders who are second to none.
I am Ken Bader, your host for Public Safety Talk Radio, and we are going to dig into a great product today. You know, I'm coming off of the Public Safety Business Summit put on by the POCUA just a couple weeks ago, and one of the things that I drove home was that here in my mid-50s, there's only 3 things that get me excited, and those things are pretty much in this order. 1, spending time with my wife. 2, my support for law enforcement. And 3, entrepreneurship. And we cover at least 1 or 2 of these today. No, this is not my wife, but it's another great lady. Her name is Jennifer Schimmel. She is the head of marketing for Urban Chic, and we're going to hear all about it. Jennifer, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
It's great having you. Just for a little backstory, I saw this product up close and personal at the last SHOT Show, and it looks great. You know, I'm not a woman, so I didn't grab the purse. I'm not into the cross-dressing thing today. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just saying that's not my bag, pun intended. But, you know, I saw a great product out there. But I think that what we really need to ask is, you know, having, in essence, bulletproof bags and things of that nature really isn't anything new. But what is kind of new is actually making it look good. So where did the ideas come from? It's like, hey, you know what? This doesn't have to look like crap. It could look great and keep you safe.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that you pretty much you hit the mark exactly. What happened was everything on the market was so tactical. It was so camo, green, and then if companies wanted to market towards women, they just made it pink camo or a pink tactical look.
What,
And
well, pink camo doesn't go with everything? Is that what you're saying?
or it looked like a bulletproof bag. So if you're in the grocery store or if you're picking up your kids from school or really doing anything, you're gonna look ridiculous if you're in a bulletproof vest in those everyday situations. But what isn't going to look ridiculous is a stylish bag that is a functional bag. They have all what women want: the right zippers, the right pouches, the size, the leather, the stitching. I mean, and I'm so glad that you got a chance to see them in person, the bags, because it really makes a difference. You see the quality leather, and it really does showcase so well in person. And so that was kind of the idea behind it, of let's make something that's multi-generational, worldwide appeal, a good quality bag that has this dual purpose of truly peace of mind more than anything, because you don't know if you, like, God forbid, I hope no one ever has to use it.
Right.
But it is something that it could be your everyday bag, but in the back of your mind, you also know that it has the ability to protect you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not an expert in purses. You know, the only junior expertise I have is from my wife, and I actually bought her a purse. I think it was for last Christmas or something like that. And it was interesting because the purse that she wanted to replace, she had for like possibly 25 years. She said she went to Europe with it, and she went all over the world and all over the country with it. It was her travel purse bag. She loved it, and then it was starting to fray and everything, and she said, well, maybe I can get it fixed. And it's like, no, it's kind of beyond fixing, babe.
Yeah.
And so, because I like to get my wife what she wants, we literally looked in Amazon and different sites and everything, and she found one, and I found it on Amazon, and I bought it, and now that's her new go-to travel purse. And this was before I saw your stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought when I stepped in your booth, I says, you know what? I would buy this for my wife. The look and feel of some of these, is pretty similar and have similar quality to the one that I bought.
Yes, absolutely. And we've heard that time and again of actual designers that say our stitching isn't even this good.
Mhm.
We made it a point to source all that, like all the material, even down to the little zippers, that it's a higher price point because of those really high quality, down to the stitching, zipper, little clasp on it. Everything
Mhm.
it was thought into detail to make it a very high quality luxury item. That was appealing, like I said, but that also we did a lot of work, and I'll get into this later, but keeping the weight of it down.
Hmm.
With a ballistic insert, it's only 17 ounces. So, you think of bulletproof, you think about something
Yeah.
very clunky, very heavy. Like we put enough in our purses. We don't need an additional
The purse
5 pounds.
itself doesn't need to be 20
Exactly.
pounds. I'll put 20 pounds into
Right,
it.
right, exactly. So that was another really, I think, what set us aside and what we really wanted to set out to do was to make them look good, feel good, and have a functional purpose.
So this that pretty much answers my next question, but I'll dig into it a little bit more. Is over the last 5 years or so, maybe longer, I've seen similar products to the
Yeah.
ones that Urban Chic put out. What makes yours better or different? Is it the stitching? Is it the quality? Is it the look? Or is it something else?
It's definitely the leather and the
Hmm.
quality for sure, but as I already discussed.
Yeah.
But I think what actually is what sets us apart is our patent, which
Mm-hmm.
is our suspension process, which is when it's deployed and
Mm-hmm.
on your body, as if you ever needed it in an emergency situation, it will actually, the way that you wear it, it will help with the blow of the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Other bags have, you're supposed to be the one to hold it up, almost to act as a shield.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that is your arms cannot handle the blow of a bullet.
Mm,
And what would happen
interesting.
then, and I've learned a lot about this in through this whole process, the bullet could ricochet.
Mhm,
If your arms can't obtain the blow, the bullet could ricochet either into your body, it could ricochet off. Our patent is our suspension. And that's what really sets us apart. Besides the look of it and the everyday use of it, when it comes down to the actual ballistic, like the bulletproof aspect of it,
mhm,
it is an absolute game changer because of the way that you wear it with the waist strap and the neck strap and the way that it sits on your body. That's really what sets us apart because there is truly no other product like that with that kind of patent out there that goes hand in hand with the luxury and the bulletproof aspect. And with that too, what sets us apart is we have a 100% money back guarantee. That's what we
mhm,
pride ourselves on. If you don't like the quality or if you don't like the once you get it, we are 100% money back guarantee. We also, our patent shows that we have put the research into this, we put the technology into this, we put the time into it, and we're putting out a very good quality product that also has the ability to protect you.
mhm. Yeah, interesting. I didn't know that, and one of the reasons us podcasters do this is to learn, and I just learned a lot in like 3 minutes. But it makes, yeah. I'm not a ballistics expert, but that makes perfect sense. That you got different guns, you've got different
Yeah.
calibers. The 357 might just bounce off, and AK-47 might bounce all over the place. So.
Right. And that's one thing too that we're very specific on in our marketing and our website and all of our guarantees. It is level 3A protection.
Hmm.
So we never also overpromise that it's going to protect against a gun that our insert is not going to protect against. So we make sure to include that in everyone's order
Hmm.
whenever they get it. That way they know what it's going to protect against in that situation.
Are you looking for a podcast to answer some financial questions? Well, then check out the Mortgage Beat podcast, brought to you by Police Mortgage, for first responders who are second to none. Mortgage Beat gives insight into the home loan process specifically for police officers, firefighters, and other public safety professionals. The podcast is hosted by Police Mortgage CEO John Aritos, who has decades of experience in the mortgage industry. Check out Mortgage Beat on Spotify today.
So you mentioned a money back guarantee. Does that mean I could buy a purse for my wife, say I don't like it, get my money back, but still keep the purse? No,
Um,
don't answer that. That was my attempt at a very bad joke. Let's get into
oh
something.
well,
They're like, no, we're sorry you don't like it. Here's your money, and just keep the product. Go ahead.
wouldn't that be nice? Yes.
Yeah, I don't think even Nordstrom's does that.
Exactly, right?
So, I'm always, as I said, from the three things that are left in my life that motivate me is the entrepreneurship aspect. Yeah, how did you get to this product? Was it talking to a lot of customers? Was it talking to law enforcement or Secret Service, like women that need this type of thing? How did you get to the iterations to the product that you have today?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that originally, and now we have almost 30 different styles and colors and different patterns and all of that. But I think that it was a lot of direct customer marketing for sure. And the other biggest thing was our product could really be for anyone. Because
Hmm.
if you think about it, again, it's a tragedy, but these active shooting situations, it doesn't discriminate. It's in
Yeah.
any public setting. It could be anywhere. So really, it's anywhere that you wear your purse, you could utilize this bag. So as far as an audience, it was wide open, but I think undercover police units are a huge, huge market for
Hmm.
us because you cannot wear a vest.
Yeah.
You're undercover. And if you're ever in an emergency situation like that, which I'm guessing could happen often, it's a huge market for us, is undercover police, women and men. But
Hmm.
having that it's huge. It really is. I know that they've come a long way with different holsters, like,
Hmm.
secret pockets of dresses and leg
Yeah.
straps and all of that. But when it comes to a bulletproof product, I mean, it has to be discreet. And so this has
Yeah.
been that's been a big market of ours.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting because I've never been a police officer, but I've known hundreds of them
Yeah.
and spoken to a few female police officers. And I remember at the last law enforcement survival summit, Sticky Holsters was right next to me at the table, and there was an active female police officer looking at them and looking for like a thigh holster for
Yes.
wearing a dress and everything. And I remember asking her, because I don't wear dresses
Yeah.
and I'm, happy that I don't. I said, well, if you are wearing a dress and you have the holster and she was talking about wearing a long dress, how hard is it to get to
Sure.
that firearm? And her comment was, if something's going down, trust me, I will get to it really,
Yeah.
really quick. But to get to an actual point, that relates to urban chic, yeah, I was looking at some of your product online and where the holster is, and it seems like that is pretty accessible for a firearm.
Yes. So the holster is a new addition to our lineup, which is powered by a company called Rounded,
Hmm.
who we partnered with. Our bags initially, they were just bulletproof, and after our first time at SHOT Show, we had like an overwhelming amount of people
Hmm.
say, I want this to be a concealed carry bag and bulletproof, which surprised me at first because I thought, if it's the protection, maybe these aren't people who typically carry firearms.
Yeah.
But then I realized there's a huge audience that really wants both. So
Hmm.
instead of reinventing the wheel of our whole design, we looked around for a good company to partner with. We partnered with Rounded, who was able to provide us with a universal holster. And yes, it sits right inside and
Hmm.
it clasps in and out. So if you don't want to, if you're going to an environment where you can't carry, you could clip it out, and that way, you don't even have the extra holster in there. But it's a universal holster too, so it can fit like the majority of a handgun. Um, and that's been a really, really big like
Yeah.
breaking news for us because people really, really like that aspect now that they can add that onto their bag.
Yeah, it makes sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
you
does.
Yeah, then you have, I guess, in essence, dual protection, because you have the protection of the bulletproof aspect of the bag, and you have a firearm to protect
Exactly.
yourself and shoot back if necessary.
Yeah.
What I'm assuming it's been tested, and I'm assuming that 44 Magnum isn't going to fit in that necessarily, but what types of guns easily fit into that holster?
It's really, I mean, anything from, I know that a lot of the women carry like the smaller type of
Right.
handgun, which can easily fit in it. And then it has and it's all on our website as well, and we linked around it. It has the clasp at the end that you can pull apart. So if you have a wider
Mm-hmm.
handgun, it can fit in there as well. And so it really is it's their product that they tested, and
Sure.
so they have a whole list of everything that it's universal to and where it can expand to, and fit the majority of handguns.
Awesome.
At
Awesome.
least that they saw that women had been carrying in the recent years.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, women usually don't, bring a shotgun in their
Right.
purse. If they did, that would be very, very scary. But
Exactly.
then I'd be worried about an active
Yeah,
shooter
yeah.
situation on the other end. Maybe we should go to another store, hon.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So what else, if you can share, what is the next iteration? What is Urban Chic planning? What are you working on? What might we actually see at the next SHOT Show?
Yes. So, we have a few things very exciting in the works. We just launched, and that is live on our website now, our first non-leather bag. So it's still made of a
Hmm.
very high quality, um, waterproof, almost thick canvas.
Hmm.
Because some people, they want a high quality item, but they don't really care about it being full leather. Like and if you have, we have a lot of our audience is teachers,
Yeah.
um, and people commuting, people traveling, like they might not need a nice leather bag, but they still want the aspect of a bag that's going to last and the bulletproof aspect. So we just started launching our non-leather bag, the Odyssey, and that's on pre-sale right now. So that was a big development for us
Hmm.
because we marketed it as, we've heard what you guys are saying, and we listened, and now we're going to make this product, and this is what people wanted, and so we're just in that beginning process, but the feedback has been very, very good. And then more under wraps, we're looking
Heard here
into
first on Public Safety Talk Radio.
exactly, exactly, hot off the press. One big thing, we first marketed the bags as unisex, and some of them
Mhm.
definitely could be carried by a male, but there's really nothing male specific on our
Mhm.
products. A lot of them appeal more to women, and so we're working on a messenger type bag,
Mhm.
for like a maybe a backpack messenger dual bag that's really specific to men, again, who are commuting or working or traveling, or
Mhm.
anything like that, and that can fit a laptop, iPad, and be more of a messenger bag, specifically for men in our audience.
Well, when you come out with that, will you send me an email?
Absolutely,
Because,
yeah.
I carry, listen, when I travel, I carry, two laptops, a
Yes,
mic, I pack, this is going to sound bad, but I'm going to say it anyway. I pack like a woman when I travel.
yes,
So
yes,
I need
yes.
all that stuff.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, so that's in the works as well, which again has been a really a lot of feedback, especially since SHOT Show, and some of the other places that we're at. And then also we're really going to be trying to be more on the road, trying to go to more industry shows. Obviously, we did SHOT Show, but getting more out there, and then also working within the gun community and firearm community with influencer marketing. So we're looking to get
Nice.
our product out with other influencers, YouTubers, all of that. So digital marketing, upping that as well.
Awesome. Well, that leads me to what'll probably be my final question is for people watching and listening, where can they find an Urban Chic
Yes.
bag?
Our website, urbanchic.com. Also, obviously, on social media at Urban Chic, and Urban Chic is URBNCHC. So Urban Chic without the vowels. And right now, actually, we're still in the midst of our spring sale. So everything on our website is on clearance, and you can also see our newest bag on there as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, yeah, I'm glad you spelled that out because an old guy like me doesn't know how to spell chic anyway. So, uh,
Exactly.
but awesome product.
Thank you
And
so much.
awesome having you on the show, Jennifer. It was a real
Yes,
pleasure.
thank you. Yes, you as well. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. And thank you to all of you who have either watched or listened to this episode of Public Safety Talk Radio. And we'll be back with you next week with another great guest.
Public Safety Talk Radio is produced by the POCUA. POCUA is a consortium of financial institutions serving law enforcement as well as other first responders and public safety professionals. To learn more about our association and to find one of our credit unions or service providers near you, go to www.policecreditunions.com. And always remember, if you aren't working with one of our POCUA credit unions, you're just banking with an institution that just so happens to serve first responders. As a public safety professional, you and your family deserve better. Find a POCUA credit union today.